All right, solving ax squared equals c. So we're going to make the equation equal the constant. So we're going to add 4 to both sides. Isolate the square, which we have done, and then we're going to take the square root for both sides of the equal sign. So the little 2 and the square root undo each other, so we have x equals, the square root of 4 is 2, and so it's negative 2. Okay, but if we take the square root, 2 times 2 is 4, and so is negative 2. So we're going to get plus and minus. So we're going to get 2 answers because of the exponent. All right, let's look at this one. I'm going to make the equation equal the constant. It does. We're going to isolate the square, so we need to get rid of this 4. So I'm going to divide. The square is isolated. Now we're going to take the square root of both sides to undo the square. So these like cancel out, if you will. So x equals plus or minus the square root of 15. And 15 does it reduce? No. So it does not break down. So we're just going to leave it as 15 plus the square root of 15 and minus the square root of 15. And we're going to do the last one. So we want to make this equal to constant. So subtract 16. And so we've isolated the square. We're going to take the square root. So we have x equals plus or minus 4, but because it's negative, it's actually 4i. Because, a little side note here, we could write that as the square root of negative 1 times the square root of 16. The square root of negative 1 is I. The square root of 16 is 4. Again, 4 and negative 4. So we get 2 answers. Now, if we graph this one, we won't be able to see those x-intercepts. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so if I put this in my calculator, and I'm going to hit graph. Oh, we can't see it. Let me go back to the y equals. The y-intercept would be at 16, so we need to expand our window. The y-intercept is 16, and my graph is only going up to 10. So we're going to have to go to Window and go to the y-maximum. This has a little bit of a delay on it, so be patient with me. So I'm going to put in 20 here. Hit graph. So our parabola is up here. It doesn't cross the x-axis because this is graphed in the real number system. And our answers are imaginary answers. So we can't see the answer. We can't see imaginary solutions. So we know that it's going to be above or below the x-axis. And that's really the connection there, that if you have an I in the answer, you won't be able to see it on the x-axis. However, if you graph one of the other ones, but if we graph x squared minus 4 and we hit graph, remember the first example, if we said that the answers were 2 and negative 2, well, there they are, the x-intercepts. We can see those answers because those are real answers, and that's the difference. Okay, so you have a worksheet 1 through 14 to do, and then there was an exit slip today, so make sure that if you were absent that you make that up.